I think celebrating 10 years for me is something that I really didn't think possible back in 2010 when we opened the doors on Lake Ariel. And we had such a small client population, a rented farm, half a dozen horses, and now here we are serving over 900 kids from 15 counties in northeastern Pennsylvania. Amazing people on the ground helping these kids. It's just something inconceivable at the time.
They came from such very, very humble beginnings. And it was really those humble beginnings that defined the organization. Hardworking people that cared about their community, cared about others. Most importantly, cared about the kids in our community. And Marley's mission needed to be a part of that.
My brother told me to go meet April at a function. I knew it involved horses, and that was it. Very moving, as we all know. But I still don't really know what I was signing up for. Like, I grew up riding horses. I knew that. And I said, sure, I'll give it a try. Why not? How they do train you in this model is they want you to volunteer and be clients. And there's very much not a breakdown, but a very intense emotional experience that I think they expect or want you to have at these trainings. And that did happen on the last day for April and I think that was it. That was the moment.
On a fall day back in September of 2010, I ran into Gene downtown, and we talked for a little bit, and I asked him about Marley's mission, how's it going, and is there anything that I could do? And he said, well, actually, you know, we're getting a group of people together. We're gonna have a fundraising gala type party. We're not really sure yet. I said, oh, count me in, absolutely.
My daughter Maggie Martinelli had gone to the first gala, and she came home and she said, Mom, this organization is just amazing.
This woman came into the store, and her name is Donna Nasser, and she had come in and she was looking for a donation. And she began to explain why she was there and talk about Marley's mission, who I didn't even know what Marley's mission was. It just did something to me that day, and I just started reading everything I could about Marley's mission, and next thing I know, I was calling and saying I wanted to get involved, and how can I get involved? How can I help? What can I do?
Don't want to have to be defined by what happened to you. There is the justice. I think that's true justice.
That's why we're hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brings you hope.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Marley's mission was a godsend for my youngest son. It helped him open up. It helped him express his feelings in a safe environment. It was something that he actually looked forward to going, and it just brought a smile to his face during a really dark time in our life.
I feel like a lot of the times, like, you go to an office, like a therapist's office, and it's like a doctor's office. It's very serious, it's very, like, not welcoming, but it was comfortable, like, immediate ease, I guess. It made it less terrifying.
It started December 7th, 2018. My 13-year-old son, Finley Barrett O'Malley, took his life.
When I was 15, my best friend's dad raped me at her birthday party. So that's why.
Eamon wanted to see him. He wanted to sit with him, and I went back and forth. I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea, but at the same time, I didn't want to deprive him of his brother. So he saw a lot too. We didn't go back to the house for a while. We stayed with a family member. But when we went back to the house, that's when I noticed my youngest son was having a lot of trouble.
It was a party. There were so many other kids there, and like, it could have been any of them, and I can't imagine how I would feel if it were one of my friends. So definitely, like, but like, I could see their house through the woods, so it was like, no matter where I was, it was there.
A student, well-rounded, played baseball, played basketball, was starting to fail in school, and he was starting to misbehave in school.
I don't remember a lot of that time because I was just kind of like a vessel, like just moving, like not really much in me.
I was in therapy, and my therapist told me about Marley's mission. And I immediately left and made the call, and I spoke to April, and we got him up there.
I think it was my mom that found it. I was so scared because I had never seen a therapist before. Like, I didn't know what they were gonna ask me. And it was still like really early on in the process, like, so a lot was happening. Like, it was a year before anything was kind of solid. So I had all of this in my mind, and then I was like, therapy's expensive, like, how am I gonna pay for this? But we got there, and I was like, okay, this is really just a farm. This is okay.
I said, give it a chance. And if you tell me you don't want to do it, then we won't go back. Well, after the first day there, he was elated to go back. He was so excited. He wouldn't tell me everything, but he told me, he's like, oh, I told Barkley a lot about Finley. And that was his way of opening up.
Well, I picked a horse that was very stubborn, and that day he would not come down from the pasture. And I did get him. He released a bit of his stubbornness and came on down.
And it was very therapeutic for me too. It opened up my eyes. And I just got to see him communicate with Barkley, and he was telling him about Finley. He was telling him about things that were happening at school, just everything, and just normal 9-year-old stuff too, which was so great to see him open up to this horse, this big, large horse.
Oh, that makes so much sense. And like, I can use the tools that they taught me then, even now, like for things that are completely unrelated or that still come up. They were there to help me. It wasn't like a project. Like, they genuinely cared about me feeling better, and they would have kept going until I did.
When I saw Eamon at Marley's mission opening up to a horse, I said to myself, I'm like, oh, I wish I knew about this for Finley. Because this, I truly believe, would have helped him. Because I think he would have really expressed himself more to an animal than to a human being.
And like, once someone has given you like that gift of feeling better, like it's contagious. You want to spread it. I want to help people, and like my dream, I want to have an orphanage, a foster home. Really, I know they don't have orphanages anymore, but like that's my goal. Like I want to take these kids that no one is loving or helping and help them. And I don't think that I would be okayed enough to do that if I hadn't gone and gotten help myself.
I have kids approach me. I'm a teacher as well, and I handle what they say to me a little differently than I did in the past. So what moves me is just helping others.
I think at this point it's more, don't get lazy. Like, you're on the right track. Keep doing what you're doing because it's right. It's working. You're making good choices. Keep making the good choices. Like, don't slip into the bad ones. Don't get lazy.
I think our community as a whole, whether you're with Marley's Mission, you're with another nonprofit in the area, your volunteers are moving you. They're making you better. They're making you succeed. And I feel like our volunteer core are what keeps the mission new.
The need is never ending. We wish it would. The best news we would have is tomorrow there's no longer a need to treat children who've experienced physical or emotional trauma. The question for each of us is, what can we do to help a child build hope in their life so that they can become defined not by what may have happened to them or what they may have experienced, but rather their own potential.
It's an honorable place for me to be, and a blessing to have been there through all the steps and all the growth and all the ups and all the downs to see where it is now. It's amazing.
And it's free of charge.
That's why we're hopeful.
And it's free of charge.
And it's free of charge. And that's the thing. That's why
They don't have to worry about it. There's no charge. It's
right.
just like,
no
this is
questions
it.
asked,
They're
no
there
charge.
to help.
I don't think everyone gets to include their passion in their profession like I have been able to. It changed my life forever in the sense that it was me all along. This is what I was born to do.